Alright my friends, welcome back to the channel. We're working on the blob eye today. So I'm shooting this video before I even shoot the reveal video for it, just because there's some maintenance I need to get knocked out on the car, just to get it clear out of my mind, because this is a high mileage STI that we bought. It's got 132,000 miles on it. And as I'm driving the car more and as I'm like with the car more, I'm finding like small things here and there that the previous owner did that's super sketchy that we're going to take care of today. So I want to kind of show you guys the game plan. I want to show you guys everything that we just got for the STI. I have a lot more parts coming for this thing too. Keep in mind, I'm just planning to make it like a fun daily driver that's reliable. So let me show you what we got for the car, what the game plan is for today for digging into the STI, and then some of the weird like broken things that I found. So first of all, I made a trip up to the mod garage. Thank you, Brian, for stocking a lot of this stuff. So I got a new head unit for the car. The one in the car is from 15 years ago. It is the stock Subaru head unit. So we're gonna be swapping that out with the exact same one we put in the BRZ. It's got the Android Auto, all the good stuff, all the stuff we like. Shifter bushings need to be replaced because that shifter feels awful. We also got a Cartboy short shifter. This is always my go-to short shifter on any STI. We got 2 gallons of Subaru coolant, cylinder 4 cooling mod, because this is going to be necessary. We're not going to be doing that today, just because I am waiting on upper coolant hoses. You'll see why. We have 5 quarts of 7590 Motul for the rear diff and the transmission. We have an IAG pitch stop mount because the one in the car feels like poop. Brand new Iridium 2309 spark plugs, because this is always important. Whenever you buy a high mileage or a brand new STI or WRX, swap out the spark plugs. You don't know when they were swapped out last, and it could be running like crap. New in-cabin air filter, new oil filter. We also got the BRZ's shift knob back, so thank you, Austin, for letting us get that back. So that one's actually going to go in this STI. The black one that was in this STI is going to go in that STI. And then in-cabin air filter, Fumoto oil drain valve. I also have an access port on order, an IAG Street Series V3 AOS for the car, and some other goodies. So about the car a little bit, I've noticed a couple things with this since I've been going through it. It's got a real fuel-y smell to it. I don't know where it is. There might be a small fuel leak, could be an evap leak. We're gonna delete evap anyways because I hate evap. This battery is like super like screwy. Like that doesn't even, that's like fully tightened down. So I'm gonna try to swap over the mini Odyssey that was in the STI and see if it'll fit in here. If it doesn't, I'll get a Melee battery and battery mount, because they're awesome and they make awesome batteries. This is gonna come off because this is trash. I tell you guys I hate these things. So as soon as we get the IAG V3 AOS, that one's coming off. I'll probably give it away if someone wants it. I'm not even gonna like sell that thing. Headlight needs to be resealed. So I don't know what the last owner did here, but we got to reseal that one. I'll reseal that one also. We'll get them polished, make them look brand new. Radiator stay, I don't know, they snapped a bolt in there and then just kind of like self-tapped one there. Don't know why they did that. What else? We got a coilover installed sideways. We got to fix that. But for the most part, she's pretty solid. There is a ticking noise coming from the car, and this morning I thought it might have been rod knock. Thankfully it's not. It is just the AC compressor clicking awfully loud. So I'm guessing this AC compressor might be bad. We'll pull it out of the car anyways and swap it out here in the near future. I mean, I don't even know if I plan on running AC in this car. We'll see, I don't know. But that thing makes a god-awful clicking noise and it sounds awful, and I thought it was rod knock and it's not. This weird fuse dealio, I don't know, maybe he had a sub in here and he just like pulled it out when he sold the car. Inside of the car, this window does not roll down. The dealership I bought the car from did send me a new window motor and regulator for this one, so I should be getting that here next week so we can get that fixed. But the inside of the car is like super clean for 132,000 miles. Same with the body. Like the body on it, there's nothing wrong with this car. I absolutely love it. So let's start off maintenance today by knocking out spark plugs. If you guys don't know how to swap out spark plugs on these cars, I have a dedicated video on it. I'll link it up in the corner. I'm gonna start over here on the passenger side just because it's a little easier to get access to the coil packs and the spark plugs. And then I'll come over here, I'll pull the battery out, I'll pull the wiper washer reservoir out, and we'll gain access down to those lower ones. We'll get the spark plugs swapped, we'll get the oil changed. We'll get all the maintenance done. But cylinder 4 cooling mod, because I did say I was gonna touch on that one. This upper radiator hose is just swelling and it's starting to get like it needs to be swapped out. So I'm gonna order an upper and a lower radiator hose. We're gonna get the coolant drained out of this car because there's some weird like purple coolant in here. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but they put like some purple coolant in this car. I'm a stickler. I always use Subaru blue coolant. So let's get going on this, you guys. Let's knock out some spark plugs. So spark plugs are knocked out. They didn't take long, maybe 25, 30 minutes-ish. This side was a little bit more of a pain than the other side, but it's nothing I haven't done before. So spark plugs are fresh. They're new. They're Iridium NGKs like we had, but it's still a good idea to swap them out. So cylinders, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the most part, they all look pretty much the same. Looks like the car may have been running a little bit rich, but I'm guessing that's because there's no tune on the car. It's got an intake and a downpipe. So, you know, it is what it is. Next up, I'm going to knock out the in-cabin filter because I have no idea when that was last replaced. If you guys don't know, it's right behind the glove box. I do this on all of my new cars because you don't know how gross they actually are until you pull them out. So we're going to swap out that in-cabin air filter, knock out the radio. There's some stuff that I'm going to do in the garage, like the oil change and all that stuff, just because I don't want to be crawling on like the wet, icy ground. So let's knock out these couple other smaller things and get going. Now, if you guys are curious, I am using the exact same head unit, like I said, in the BRZ. It's a Sony AXV something 3000. It's got good Android Auto. So we got the pigtail. We're just going to splice everything up, get it all plugged in, get it good to go, and knock that out. Now, I don't know if I just hit the jackpot with every single used car that I buy, but without a doubt, in every single one, mystery wires. Always mystery wires. Like, I don't understand. I feel like every used car I buy I feel like I'm saving it because I feel like the last owner just neglected it, didn't take care of it properly. There's parts missing, screws missing, boots missing, all this stuff. So I'm gonna be ordering a lot of OEM parts to get this thing up to stuff to my standard. But like, take care of your car, man. Like, it's a gem. This 05 STI is a gem. It's a gem of a car. It needs a little love though. So old stereo's out, super easy, one harness unplugs. Plug right into the new one. So I'm gonna go solder all the new connections for the new radio. We'll get it put in the car. I need to go get a battery terminal because the one on there is like super stripped out. I don't know what the last owner did to this thing. But it's like, it looks like he shoved like bubble gum in there. I have no idea. No idea. So I need to go pick up a new battery terminal also, but one thing at a time. Let's get this radio knocked out. Let's get it in the car. Let's get the in-cabin air filter in there. Keep going on this thing because this STI needs some serious love. We're chooching right along here. So our harness is all spliced up, ready to go. I went through, I like to solder my connections and then put some heat shrink over it. I'll throw a little bit of electrical tape around all that just to keep it all nice and secure. We have our parking sensor wire grounded out so that way we can actually use the radio. All it's left to do is plug it into the car, give it a test. More progress has been made. We now have the updated radio in the car with the microphone and all the good stuff. So we have like Android Auto, Google Maps, YouTube Music, because that's all I listen to is YouTube Music. So that's all in the car. It's all wired up. It's all working. I can't test anything because the battery terminal just completely died on me. Won't even fit on the battery anymore. I also need a battery tie down for this, so I'm gonna have to order a battery tie down. There's a laundry list of stuff that I need to order still for this car, but we're making progress. So old in-cabin air filter is out, which by the way, that was disgusting. I'll show you guys that. Radio's in, spark plugs are changed. I'm gonna wait to do the engine oil until we get the IAG air oil separator, just because I wanna make sure that all the oil that goes in this car is solid. Matt and I took a look at the car. We were trying to figure out what like the pinging, knocking sound. It's not knock, it's not engine knock. We think it's an exhaust leak. It's an exhaust leak, or it's the AC compressor. It's something, but at some point, as I've been going through the engine, I can tell that the motor's been pulled at some point because for 130,000 miles on it, it's like stupid clean. I don't quite understand, but I'm glad that it is. I also have to say here, I believe this is a tradition that every single time we bring a new car to the channel, I'm peeling off vinyl from the interior. There's a dirty in-cabin air filter and there's mystery wires everywhere. But this thing, nasty, absolutely gross. Remember to change your in-cabin air filter, guys, because that's nasty air to be breathing in. Pulled out some more random mystery wires and pulled off some more crappy vinyl. This is literally like the epitome of what we find in every single car that we bring to the channel. It's a little bit weird, but new radio's in. It looks awesome. I'm gonna have to order a new like middle trim piece for right there. I don't know why he painted that black. I don't know why he painted that black. This is broken. If it'll even, that's not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna order a new piece of new one of these guys also. So anything that's broken interior wise, like I'm going to fix this car up so that it is like 100% what it was in 2005. We're getting there. I have floor mats on the way also for it. There's a lot of little stuff that I got to go through here and fix on it. But let me run to the auto parts store real quick so that way we can get this battery back in the car, get it working so that way our battery isn't shorting out on us all the time. Oh, I also need a hood prop because, yeah, it didn't come with one for some reason. Don't know why, but let me go grab a new battery terminal. We've returned from the auto parts store, snagged 2 new battery terminals, thanks to Duralast for supplying AutoZone for me to go buy some. Sick! And also snagged some windshield washer, reservoir fluid stuff, just because I poured all mine out when I pulled out the reservoir to clean it and do the spark plugs. So let's get that guy filled up, let's get these battery terminals on, and I think that's where we're gonna stop for tonight, just because I need to go shoot the reveal video like right after this. So let's get this stuff done. Let's get it knocked out. Let's get the car started because I don't think you guys have really heard it too much yet. So let's do it. All right, you guys, that's where we're stopping today on the modifications. It's freezing, and like I said, I have another video to shoot right after this, but I do want to give you guys a cold start on the STI. So we have new spark plugs in it, new cabin air filter, new battery terminals because the old ones were kind of shot, just needed to get done anyways. Cleaned up a whole bunch of stuff inside of the engine bay, new radio, whole bunch of good stuff on the way. Also, I have to place another order for parts. I hope you guys are excited as I am for this. I mean, I know it's not an Evo, but to be honest, the Evo is just, it's not a real possibility for us right now, especially with that car, because I mean, I could have gotten the Evo, but this car would have just sat and it never would have gotten done because I wouldn't be able to afford to do it, just with the price of how much Evos cost. So I feel like this is an awesome car. It's a really good trade-off, so I'm extremely happy with it. I hope you guys are digging it too, but let's get a cold start on this thing, see how it sounds. Alright guys, so there you have it. That's all we're doing today. I am freezing cold. I haven't eaten yet. We've been running around picking up parts for this thing all day, working on it all day. There's a lot more to come with this thing. Yes, it's going to be a daily driver, but I'm also going to be modifying it. You guys know how I am. So if you guys are excited for the new car, like the video. Your boy always appreciates it, and it helps share the video on YouTube. You know, it does their whole like shenaniganness thing. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit your boy up one of these corners. It's going to be in that top, my right, your left corner tonight, this evening, this morning, wherever you are in the world. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.